10 Greatest African Inventions. Hello Discoverers, welcome back to another video and thanks for watching. In this video, we will be presenting to you the top 10 greatest African inventions. Africa has the world's oldest record of human technological achievement. The oldest stone tools in the world have been found in Eastern Africa, and later evidence for tool production by our hominine ancestors has been found across sub-Saharan Africa. The history of science and technology in Africa since then has, however, received relatively little attention compared to other regions of the world, despite notable African developments in mathematics, metallurgy, architecture, and other fields. Africa has brought about a lot of innovative solutions and is improving its technology to match that of the Western nations and has no shortage of aspiring and creative minds. There are so many amazing inventions that hail from the African continent which the rest of the world isn't aware of. Here are some of the greatest proudly African inventions. If you are new here, welcome! Be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our updates. In no particular order, here are the top 10 African inventions. Number 10. Mathematics. The invention of mathematics is placed firmly in the African prehistory. The oldest known possibly mathematical object is the Lebombo bone, which was discovered in the Lebombo Mountains of Swaziland and dated to approximately 35,000 BC. Many of the math concepts that are learned in school today were also developed in Africa. Over 35,000 years ago, ancient Egyptians scripted textbooks about math that included division and multiplication of fractions and geometric formulas to calculate the area and volumes of shapes. Number 9. The CAT scan machine. The CAT scan is an unbelievable African invention that is widely used around the world in the medical field. This technology was invented by a South African called Alan Cormack. However, the idea was developed and made commercial in the United Kingdom. The inventor was awarded a Nobel Peace Prize in 1979 for his invention. The CAT scan, electronic detectors, and X-ray sources are rotated around the body, and in the process, the radiologist gets a sharp map of the cross-section of the body. Number 8. Cyber Tracker. One amazing innovation that also takes its origin in philanthropy is the Cyber Tracker. After spending time with the San people, Louis Liebenberg was urged to assist the traditional hunter-gatherers in preserving their knowledge and innate tracking abilities through the help of technology. Cyber Tracker software was developed, which enables trackers to get jobs in ecotourism as rangers in an anti-poaching unit, in wildlife monitoring and scientific research. The software has an icon-based UI that enables non-literate trackers to record complex georeferencing and animal behavior observations. The invention has become a keystone in job creation for indigenous African communities and crucial in anti-poaching and conservation initiatives throughout the world. Number 7. Cardiopad. Another amazing invention of African technology is the Cardiopad, which was invented by a Cameroonian entrepreneur called Mark Arthur, the very first touchscreen medical tablet invented and made in Africa. It is a computer tablet that is used for heart examinations. The gadget allows such examinations as electrocardiograms to be conducted in the rural and inaccessible locations. With the Cardiopad, electrodes are placed on the patient and connected to the model that in turn connects to the tablet. When the medical examination is performed on a patient in a remote village, for example, the results are transmitted from a nurse's tablet to that of the doctor who interprets them. The gadget is mostly used in areas where very urgent diagnostic tests need to be carried out but are not accessible. Number 6. Quiet cellular antenna technology. This is one of the most intriguing African inventions. Paul van Jasveld and Gordon Mayu, who are South Africans, were the brains gifted us. The quiet cellular antenna technology has a square kilometer array plan that reduces noisy cellular emissions from base stations used by cellular companies. This African technology is based on one-phased array principle that blocks radio frequency transmissions along a given direction and also provides omnidirectional coverage. The antenna has been tested in other parts of the world and has worked extremely well. Trail measurements have shown the radio signal frequency and can be significantly reduced while at the same time maintaining the original GSM coverage. The SKA is projected to be 50 to 100 times more sensitive than other radio telescopes ever built. And an area without much radio emissions is essential for the success of the project. Number 5. Charging shoes. Anthony Mutwa, a graduate of Mombasa Polytechnic University College, had one invention in mind that he was sure would really turn things around. With an idea and a few materials, he got to work. And the result was a shoe you could charge your phone with. Motorola had developed an ultra-thin chip of crystals that would generate electricity when you put under pressure. A shoe for joggers, herders, gym enthusiasts, and anyone who does a lot of walking. Really, Motoro's shoe charger is ideal for numerous situations, especially when you don't have access to the electricity grid. As you walk, you generate pressure that in turn generates energy in the shoe charger, which you can use to charge your mobile phone. The electricity is generated by the act of walking and running and can be harvested in two ways. One way is to charge the phone while still in motion through a thin extension cable that runs from the shoe to the pocket. The other alternative is to charge the phone immediately after a walk because the crystals have the capacity to store the electric energy through a technology that is about to go into mass production and is likely to prove quite popular with people who want to charge a mobile phone for others as a commercial activity, as it can charge several phones simultaneously. Number 4. Ashifi Gogo, a fresh way to fight counterfeit drugs. Fake drugs are a deadly and long-standing problem in Africa. One way to address it is through the high level of mobile phone ownership in Africa. Users simply text code on medicine containers to a free number to confirm authenticity. This approach was pioneered in 2009 by Ashifi Gogo, a Ghanaian student and founder of Sproxzeo, one of the main providers of authentication services in Africa. Employed initially in West Africa, Sproxzeo's products are now used in 5 countries across 3 continents. Sproxzeo won the 2010 IBM Smart Camp Boston Award, while Gogo himself won the Social Entrepreneur of the Year Award from the Schwab Foundation in 2014. Number 3. The Hippo Water Roller. The Hippo Water Roller was invented in 1991 by the 2 South Africans, Mr. Petit Pitzer and Johan Jonker. Initially called the Aqua Roller, the name was changed to Hippo Water Roller in 1993 to give it an African flavor. The association with water, round body and thick skin compares well to the famous African hippopotamus. Apart from some minor changes and improvements by the Grand Gibbs of Imvubu Project South Africa, the basic design remains unchanged. The Hippo Water Roller is exclusively manufactured and distributed worldwide by Imvubu Project, a social enterprise trading as the Hippo Water Roller Project. As of June 2012, approximately 42,000 Hippo rollers have been distributed in 21 countries, directly benefiting in excess of 300,000 people. 95% of these rollers have been donated or sponsored by corporate businesses as part of their social responsibility programs. Number 2. Carbon steel. Carbon steel was invented by the Haya people in what is now Tanzania, starting about 100 AD, centuries before carbon steel was subsequently made in Central Europe. Archaeologist Peter Schmidt discovered through a literalist combination of archaeology and oral tradition that the Haya people had been forging steel for around 2,000 years. This discovery was made accidentally while Schmidt was learning about the history of Haya through the oral tradition. He was led to a tree that was set to rest on the spot of an ancestral furnace used to forge steel. A group of elders were later tasked with the challenge of recreating the forges. At this time, they were the only ones to remember the practice, which had fallen into disuse due in part to the abundance of steel flowing into the country from foreign sources. In spite of the lack of practice, the elders were able to create a furnace using mud and grass, which when burned provided the carbon needed to transform the iron into steel. Later investigation of the land yielded 13 other furnaces, similar in design to the recreation set of the elders. This process is very similar to open hearth furnace steel making. Number 1. Medicine. Many treatments used today in modern medicine were first employed in Africa centuries ago. The earliest known surgery was performed in Egypt around 2750 BC. Medical procedures were performed in ancient Africa before they were ever performed in Europe, including vaccination, autopsy, limb traction and broken bone setting, bullet removal, brain surgery, skin grafting, filling of dental cavities, installation of false teeth, what is known today as cesarean sections, anesthesia, and tissue cauterization. Although all civilizations had discovered how to use some of the medicine, ancient Black Egyptians invented a concrete system of medicine that involved schooling for practitioners and written documentation of the methods of healing used. There you go, explorers. Those were the top 10 greatest African inventions. If you know any other inventions that were not added to the list, we will be happy to learn about them in the comment section. The best comment will be pinned. Thanks for watching this video. If you want us to cover any of your top 10 topics, leave your suggestions in the comments and your request will be granted. Also, don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends.